great. Well, Io, everybody's going to want to know how to hold the National Player of the Year candidate below his average. So, did they do a great job defensively on you, or were you just toying with Northwestern for the first 38 minutes?
I was making the right reads. Like I said in previous interviews, I come out when I come out and play basketball, I come out and I let my instincts just go, my natural feel for the game. I was making the right reads. They were hard hits, me and ball screens, majority of the game. So I was just, coming off, making the right reads, whether it's hitting the corner or hitting up the throwbacks, and then they play a lot of zone. But I'm a winner. I look for the win at the end of the day. Um, I try to just go out there and play as hard as I can, try to get the win. And you saw when it was time to win the game, that's when my closing mentality and that closing instincts kicked in.
And Kofi, kind of a similar question to you. The fouls maybe slowed you down in the first half, came back in the second half, got a double-double. How did you get it going?
I just relied on my team in the first half. I knew what they're going to go out there and do. Foul trouble, we can't control that. I just have to cheer them on. Second half, come out ready, stay engaged, stay locked in the game, make sure I know what I'm doing when I come back in the game in the second half.
Okay, thanks, guys. Congratulations.
Okay, Robert Rosenthal, then Jeremy Warner on deck. Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, my first question is for Io, and it's simple. How many more of these shots do you have in you?
Say it again. How many more shots? What do you mean?
How many more last second fade away, put the game away threes do you have in there?
I just shot, like I said, I go out there and have fun. I just go out there and I enjoy the game. I play the game to the fulfillest and just go out there and just have fun. So whenever I'm in that situation, hopefully I can be successful. But I'm just out there having fun, taking it play by play, just doing whatever it takes to win. I know it'd be nice like this where I might not need to go get 30 to secure a win. That's the God-given talent that the Lord has gave me to be a ultimate playmaker. That's what I try to do. But to answer your question, I mean, however many, whatever situation I'm in, hopefully I can come out successful in it.
I saw that on your first basket in the first half. You could actually hear somebody on the Northwestern bench say something to you, and you had to look for them after you made the shot. Can you talk me through that?
Yeah, I mean, somebody on the bench was like, "It's off, it's off." So I just was going right back at them.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, Jeremy, and then Alec on deck. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Hey, Io, this is a 6th straight win for you guys. The last 2 have been closer than maybe some people expected. How do you feel about these last 2 games and how you guys have performed?
I feel great. The Big Ten, top to bottom, is very good. And Coach Collins is a tremendous coach. They're great. They're a good basketball team. So to come out here and get a win, this is a hard-fought win. The Big Ten is the best conference in basketball. So each and every night we know it's going to be dogfight. So you can't look at the record. You got to think about it. Once upon a time, they were like 18th in the country to start the season off. So, the talent is there. The work is there just to grind it out day in and day out league. And so to get this win, 6 in a row, that's great. Now we know we're focused on Minnesota, 13-1 at home. So we beat them pretty badly early in the season, so we know they're going to be fired up. So we're just trying to take it game by game. The Big Ten is very deep, so we're taking it game by game.
And Kofi, just a quick one for you. Teams seem to be trying to take away your touches. How have you kind of combated that? Like, how do you have to work for your touches now?
Yeah, it's been like that the whole year. I just have to be more physical. Make sure I demand the ball, ask for the ball. Make sure I'm in a good position to get the ball. And whether or not they front me or not, I just rely on my guys to make the right plays. Like Ayo said, he's an ultimate playmaker, and if he sees that the guy's fronting me too hard and he sees the pass over the top, he's gonna make that pass. If he's behind me, he's gonna make that pass. So it's just about reading the game and just reading the doubles and the tags and just making sure I'm in position at all times to get the ball, whether I'm being doubled front or whatever. Just making sure that I'm available at all times.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, Alec, you're up, and then Derek Piper on deck.
Yeah, Kofi, I'll stay with you. You got 2 fouls in the first half, and Georgie was able to come in. I think he had 10 points or something in the first half. Earlier in the year, he had a really good game when you had 2 first half fouls. What do you kind of see from him when you might get into a little bit of foul trouble on the court?
Yeah, he picks me up, man. I told him that in the beginning of the game when I got my second foul. I told him, I said, pick me up, man. He told me he got me. Georgie's that player. He's tuned into the game at all times, and whatever situation he's in, he's gonna make sure that he's in tune. He knows what he's doing. He knows what position he should be in, and he knows basically what he's doing. Like I said, and for him to come in and pick us up like that, 10 points or whatever he did, he played the ultimate defense. He talked, he communicated. For him to do that, it's big time for us because like I said, like you said just now, I had 2 fouls in the first half. That could happen any night, you know. It's a game of basketball, and for him to come in and pick us up, it's really really important for us.
And then follow up for you, Io. I mean, you guys had him on the ropes a few different times here in the second half, but you kind of let him get back into it. What was it about the way that they were playing down the stretch that made it difficult for you guys to put him away?
It's just a team that's competing, fighting for their season. I believe they lost, 7 in a row. So when you in the Big Ten, when you go through losing streaks like that each and every game, it's a sense of urgency. They played with it tonight. They played tremendously hard. A lot of credit to them for that. And they just wouldn't go away. Some teams, like I said, the Big Ten is the best conference in the world. So you're not just going to see a lot of 30-point, 40-point wins. That's the people who think that are people who really don't watch basketball because, night in, night out, it's a hard fought battle, hard fought game. And, they just wouldn't go away. But, we executed late. That's what is going to be needed, in NCAA tournament when we want to get to where we want to get to, accomplishing our dreams and aspirations, Sweet 16, Elite Eights. It's not going to be a lot of blowouts. So it's nice to get the win. Just get back to the drawing board and get better in areas so we can be a better basketball team.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, I know turnovers were
Okay,
an issue.
Derek Piper and then Matt Stevens. Go ahead, Derek.
Hey, I know turnovers were an issue for you guys. It kind of slowed you offensively. That's been an issue last 3 games, even going back to Wisconsin. What have you seen out there that's kind of led to that, and how do you go about fixing it?
Boys, can you say it again?
What's led to the turnover issue for the team here recently, and how have you seen that, and how do you go about fixing it?
I just think we having a lot of careless turnovers. I have 5 turnovers, I believe. About three of them were just unforced. Just wrong place, wrong time turnovers. It's definitely things that we can get fixed. Coach Underwood, he's been on me already about it, and he's been on our team about it. So we just got to just take it and, take the medicine, just get better at it. It's something definitely that I think we can improve in. Like I said, it's just careless, unforced turnovers. So we got to just be better in that aspect, definitely. I don't think it's just one thing that's causing the turnovers. I think it's something that we can correct by ourselves.
Io, you've had a closing time kill, it seems like, against everybody in this league. Is there one that's your favorite that stands out to you, or do they all kind of run the same?
Of course I have a favorite. I have a favorite, but I keep that disclosed. But it's all good. Any shot I made, to help my team win, that's been a blessing. But yeah, I just keep that to myself for now.
All right, thanks.
Okay, Matt Stevens and then Joey Wagner, you're on deck. Go ahead, Matt.
I believe we saw you a little bit more at the 1 tonight, whether it was just because of foul trouble with Trent and then Carbello being on the bench too. How would you evaluate yourself, just playing the 1 and getting everybody situated and it's more than bringing the ball up, but how would you evaluate how you handled that tonight?
I mean, that's my natural position. I'm a point guard. So Coach Underwood, he has a luxury at that, if someone gets in foul trouble, I can just go to playing my natural position. So, I'm comfortable there. In our offense, pretty much, our offense, a lot of ball screens, orientated around me. So it's pretty much what we do each and every game. The only difference was tonight was I just actually brought the ball up. But each game, if you watch it, I'm in majority of the ball screen. So I'm comfortable there because I do it pretty much the whole season.
We saw Adam hitting a lot of open shots, or especially in that first half. Just him better probably than a lot of people on on this roster. Just what have you seen over the last month that has kind of changed for him and gotten him to be a little bit more confident when he's getting ready to shoot?
It's all confidence. That's all it is with Adam. I try to instill confidence for him. I know it means a lot coming from me. I just try to tell him to just go out there and play your game. Even sometimes some shots tonight, he rushed it. I'm telling him, no need to rush. You're a great shooter. You don't see any great shooter you watch. You don't see them rushing it. Ray Allen, Steph Curry, any of those great shooters, when they're open, they're taking their time. They're, doing their routine, doing their technique. No need to rush it. And I think early in the season, just that translation from high school into, the Big Ten, he was used to normally getting open shots where he could take his time, and I think he start getting sped up. But he's been doing a great job of being in the gym, getting better at taking his time and shooting his shot the right way and not rushing it. And he has success with that tonight. Just got to keep getting better at it. But I know when it's all said and done, he's going to be fine.
Thank you, Al.
Okay, Joey, you're up. Brandon on deck. Go ahead, Joey.
Hey, Io, I know you guys have pretty big team aspirations, but over the course of the last week, the conversation for National Player of the Year has gotten a lot more national attention. What's it like for you to be in the middle of that experience? Maybe not a lot of guys get to be a part of something like that. What's it like for you to hear those conversations around you?
I don't really pay attention to it. I try to focus on, day in and day out. That's what, my dad always instilled in me. My grandparents just focus on today. I can't control tomorrow. I can't control anything no one says on Twitter. I only can control, my play and what I can do for my teammates to help us win national championships. So I just want to keep winning, each and every day. I come out here, my main goal is to get a win for my teammates and play for my teammates. And, any accolades that come with it, of course, I'll be honored to take it. But, at this point of the season, it's time to really focus in on, my teammates and, helping my teammates, be better and try to win a Big Ten championship and national championship. And then, we win, we take care of that, all the other accolades take care of itself.
Kofi, you and Io are obviously very close. I think Scott Van Pelt was maybe led off Sports Center with that debate tonight. To see the work he's put in, continue to get this attention nationally. What's it like for you to see that for him?
Yeah, it's really precious. I knew Aya for a while now, whether it was us being close or not. The first time I met him, I was a sophomore in high school, and he was nowhere as close to where he is right now. He didn't know the game of basketball, and I mess around with him a lot about it. Just like seeing him in high school, not knowing what he's doing, just scoring the ball, not playing defense, and all that. And to see the transition that he made and the transformation, it's incredible. And the work that he put in, he deserves everything that's coming to him. I see him in the gym day in, day out. He puts up extra shots. He's in the gym 24/7. And to see his work being paid off is incredible.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, Brandon, and then we'll finish up with Harry. Go ahead, Brandon.
Hey, Kofi, down the stretch of that game, DeMonte had a huge steal, and then that led to a free throw for him. What does that kind of say about the player that he is?
Monte, he's a gritty player, man. He's a gritty player. He gets after it every night. He comes out there, gives us the energy that we need, whether he's starting or not. He just mentally focused. He's focused on winning. He's focused on the team, and he puts the team before himself. And when the player does that, good things happen to him. Like Aya told me the other day, he keeps mentioning the basketball gods to me. And when you do right, and when you play the game you're supposed to play, and you elevate each other, the game comes to you. And that's what happened for Monte. He plays the game for everybody else, and he plays the game the right way. So when he gets steals like those, we expect it, and we just applaud him for being the player that he is.
And then I might have been seeing things, but I feel like on that first three, you knew it was going in right away, and you kind of turned your back. Did you know it was going in right away?
Yeah, I knew it was going in. Nah, I'm just playing, but no, I'm not psychic or nothing. I just believed in my shot, tried to follow through. Yeah, but it felt good though. So yeah. I work on those shots, every day. My teammates be joking at me. I be shooting it. I just be saying like logo dose, just shooting deep threes, just working on it, and I just believed in it. Was going in.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, and then Harry, we'll let you finish up with the players. Go ahead, Harry.
Hey guys, this one's really for either of you. It's pretty well known that you guys like to play fast and get out and score quickly, but there seemed to be a few minutes in this game where it was almost too fast, and there was some turnovers a little bit. And do you guys think that there is such a thing as playing too fast, or are stretches like that just kind of a part of getting out and pushing the pace?
Yeah. I just think, like I said, I think we made careless turnovers. But yeah, I do think we were playing a lot. We were playing fast. We do get out and run, But that's the thing we're getting better at. Taking away those killers turnovers. We're on a win streak right now, but we're nowhere to our ceiling, and that's the blessing in disguise. Understanding that we're nowhere near where we want to be at. We're still turning the ball over carelessly, but we focus in and we lock in on that. We eliminate that. Like we're going to be a hard team to beat. That's why I'm grateful to be on this team.
Just a follow up for Kofi. As a big man, you're really known, especially this season, for really getting out there, sprinting and running the floor. What is it like for you? Not a lot of big guys usually are out there running with you. So do you think that gives you an advantage, just being able to get back there, hustling and maybe getting some easy buckets?
Yeah, it's definitely an advantage. And it elevates the guys. It gets guys easy points too. Like when I run the floor and I run hard and I post, it attracts so much attention, and guys have to suck into the paint. That gives guys like Ayo, Trent, the opportunity to make plays outside the paint, whether it's driving, shooting the open three. So whenever I run the floor, it's not only for me; it's for the whole team. And I try to do it as much as I can, whether I'm tired or not. Try to just run the floor and see what we get, whether it's seal drives, open shots for guys, drives, or post up. So it's just important that I run the floor for the team. It's not necessarily just me running the floor to get the ball. It's about just doing what's best for the team and then making sure I'm in a position to be good, to be successful.
All right. Thank you, guys. Congratulations.
Yep.
Thanks, all. Yeah. for an entire season. Io DeSumo has scored at least 10 points in each of the last 35 games, the fourth longest active streak.
It was really a thing of beauty. The first 7-8 minutes, I think our first 8 baskets were all assisted. The ball moved. We were aggressive. We had great pace. Our defense was exceptional. And then something that has not happened in a long time was Kofi getting foul trouble. And again, I thought our defense was really solid. I was really disappointed in our 10 first half turnovers. Most of them were just simply really, really careless. But give Northwestern credit, give Chris a ton of credit. That team kept fighting. And, you know, as good a job as we did in the first half, taking the 3-point line away, we didn't do that in the second. Adij got going. Now, again, you know, I felt pretty good about him taking 21 field goal attempts, you know, to score his 22 points, and he did hit some very tough shots. But 11 of 22 at the foul line, very uncharacteristic. And you know, that stressed us when you can't make free throws, and you know, put a extra little bit of tension into our defense. But overall, Io was the does what he does. You know, it's hits 2 big shots, and in a game that, you know, he very easily could add 10, 12, 13 assists. There's no doubt. I think he's national player of the year candidate. In my opinion, I think he should be leading that area. But I'm obviously very, very biased, but very easily could have 12 or 13 assists. We missed some shots tonight that we normally make.
Okay, we'll open for questions. We got Joey Wagner leading off, Brandon on deck, and Robert Rosenthal in the hole. Go ahead, Joey.
Hey, Brad, I wanted to follow up on that. With the way social media is and the way that, you know, everyone has access to SportsCenter kind of at their fingertips, what's it like for you to hear this conversation around Io for his consideration in this Player of the Year race kind of pick up steam over the course of the last week and a half or 2 weeks?
Well, he's playing great. He deserves that kind of attention. And I think most importantly, our team's winning. You know, individual accolades happen when you have team success. And then, you know, really in the fashion he's done it, he's had a couple of big scoring nights, but he's also had nights where, you know, obviously the triple double. And then he's had games where, you know, he's had extremely high assist totals. So, you know, he's doing it in a lot of areas. It's not just a point-based deal, but it's how he's doing it. It's the shots he's hit, and we feel great about that. And you know, he deserves it, and I'm excited for him. And obviously, we've got a lot of basketball left, but he should be in that conversation.
I think maybe in your coaching career, I might be missing somebody, but Michael Beasley, Juwan Evans stick out in my mind as, you know, February 16th, that they're in that conversation. Do you say anything to Io? How do you kind of, do you need to walk him through how to handle this conversation at all?
Nah, he's smart. He's been through it a lot. I don't think there's any conversation that I'm going to have that's going to impact anything. The one thing you guys got to understand about Io is about winning first. And he's going to do whatever it takes to win and to help us win. So he'll be fine. And right now he's trying to help us, you know, keep moving our team forward and getting better every day.
Thank you.
Hey, Brandon, you're up. Robert on deck. Go ahead, Brandon.
Hey, Brad, DeMonte played most of the minutes at the 4 tonight. What'd you kind of see from him, and why did you give him those responsibilities?
Well, again, it was a little bit of strength, a little bit of physicality. They played big to start the game. They played a lot with Nance at the 4 and Young at the 5. Early on, everything was an early post up for Young. that they run, and again, he's a high usage guy, but just felt comfortable with that. DeMonte's lower base is extremely strong, and he's got a 7-foot wingspan and a 6'4" frame, so he's a guy that can bother some people with his length, and just felt comfortable there. Nothing with Jake tonight. It was more about that matchup.
And then, first half, Kofi gets 2 fouls and Georgie steps in and offense doesn't miss a beat. How key is it for you guys to have Georgie provide stability at the 5 when Kofi gets in foul trouble?
Yeah, Georgie's huge. And, it's been a long time since Kofi's played in some early foul trouble. And, I'm not afraid to bring him back, with 2, but, we were in great tempo, and Georgie, really since the Baylor game where Georgie had, 13 or 15 in the first half, reminded me of that. And our guys know Georgie can really, really score it. And we found him, we got him the ball, and had a really, really nice first half.
Thanks, Brad.
Okay, Robert, you're up, and Shannon Ryan on deck.
Coach, in all your years as a head coach or an assistant, have you had a closer like this, someone who can hit shots like that as consistent as Io does?
Not as well as he does it, but and it's the way he does it, and I mean, a lot of times it's a 3, it's a, he's done it in so many ways. Michael Beasley was really good too, but Mike didn't step out and shoot a ton of 3s, and it was just done a little bit differently. But Io's the best I've been around.
And do you think that's a benefit? I mean, can it be dangerous in the end of a game that everybody just waits for him to do something?
No, I think, again, we tried to run a couple little post ups there. I mean, we tried to run different actions to him. And again, I think, the one thing with when I was passing it like he was tonight and spraying it around, he's just as lethal with the pass as he is with the shot. And, so you've got to pick your poison, what you want to do with him. And again, having the ball in his hands is a nice luxury.
Thanks.
Hey, Derek Piper on deck. Go ahead, Shannon.
Okay. Yeah, so I said something to the effect of, winning close games is kind of like tournament prep, because, there's not just a lot of blowout games in the tournament. Do you look at it that way? Games like Nebraska, like this?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you have to find ways to win. And again, this is grind. This is chiseling us. This is making us a team that's got to find out different ways. It was a night that we didn't shoot the ball well. We missed free throws, and just had a tough go of it at for stretches. And yet you got to find a way to win. And again, Io does what he does, and Kofi had a huge second half, and it was multiple guys stepping up, Io or Ace and Georgie in the first half, and Trent's so solid, and so again, DeMonte and Curbelo with the big play. You've got to find guys who make plays, and especially when times are not going your way.
And I also wanted to ask about just Io's confidence is kind of at a different level. And I'm wondering how you've seen that rub off on guys, when in a tight game where you're down to a team you're supposed to be beating, guys can get tight. And does he have an effect on just keeping guys believing?
Absolutely. Shannon, in the Nebraska timeout, at the under 4 media timeout, I mean, he is positive, and he goes, I've got this, and we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And it's always we, that's such a positive thing when you hear that from a teammate. And, he's obviously backed it up many times. So, it's easy to jump on that bandwagon.
Okay, Derek Piper, you're up. Gavin Good on deck.
Coach, I know you'll take a win any way you can get it, but have you noticed anything about the lulls, particularly against teams that might not be in your weight class? Are you getting too comfortable or casual? What's kind of played into that from your vantage point?
Turnovers. And, again, the lulls are big, are based on, I think we had three. I think we gave up 6 points at half on turnovers that were just pick sixes. Basically, we just threw it to them and casual and holding the ball. And we've got to understand that when we move it and then we're really hard to guard, and it makes our defense better. And our defense is really good, and we get stops, we can get out and run. And it's just kind of you got to throw it to the guys that are wearing your jersey. And when we don't do that, it hurts us.
Io didn't share with us what his favorite closing time kill is in his career here at Illinois. Do you have one? And if so, would you like to let us know?
Let's talk about that in April or May when it's all over, because it could change.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, Gavin, you're up. Harry is on deck. Go ahead, Gavin.
Hey, Brad, you guys got off to a really good start tonight. It seemed like there was a lot of energy at the defensive end. And I know you talked about turnovers being a concern, but how do you maintain that energy and that high level performance on defense for the whole game?
Yeah, and we've done it at times and been outstanding. And again, I think that's one of the areas that turnovers leads to. And again, it was, you start missing free throws and you start turning the ball over, and it's one thing that stresses your defense a little bit. And we let Adige get comfortable, and that's something that we don't like. And they got a couple easy baskets and got their head up, but again, it all goes hand in hand. It's not just one piece, but we've proven we can really guard at times.
Thanks.
Okay, Harry, you're up. Scott Ritchie on deck.
Hey, Coach, I asked the players as well. I just thought I'd get your opinion on it. You guys are known for, really wanting to get out, push the pace, run the fast break, and kind of get a bucket as quick as possible. And there was a stretch in tonight's game where it was a little bit dicey. You guys almost seemed like you were going too fast, and it led to a couple turnovers and maybe a couple missed opportunities. Do you think there's such a thing as playing too fast, or do you think stretches like that are just kind of a byproduct of having that get out and go mentality?
Well, we've played fast for a lot of the season, and most of our turnovers are, I think we had one or two maybe that came in transition, but it's Kofi outletting to DeMonte. We haven't done that all year. We had a couple where Io just kicks the ball off his foot. Those are the ones that I'm talking about. I can pick on those two guys because they're really good players, but it's just it's not as much about the pace as it is. We do it every day in practice, as it is just the mental focus and sharpness that you have to be a high level team.
Just to follow to that, I asked Kofi, but what do you think having a big like him who's so willing to sprint and run the floor both on offense and on defense, what do you think that brings you in terms of an advantage? Because not a lot of bigs are usually matching his energy and getting out and sprinting like that.
Yeah, we have two. I don't know if you guys watch Georgie run the floor. When you can rim run and you can put pressure on the front of the rim, that's what our whole transition game is based on. And, when you can get out and make guys have to sprint back and protect and cover the front of the rim, Kofi's elite. Kofi's probably the best rim runner in college basketball, and Georgie would be a close second. But it's what our whole premise of our transition game is about.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, Scott Ritchie and Alec on deck.
Hey, Brad, with Andre, finishing with 7 rebounds, second on the team, can that be a good thing and maybe a concerning thing at the same time?
Yes. Both.
How so, perhaps?
Well, Bello's got a great knack for the ball, and he's got a great nose for it. He finds it. He's got really big hands. He's got really strong hands, and then he's a guy that just that can track it. But we also can't. I love guards rebounding. I love guards rebounding, and I preach to our team all the time that we are at our best when our guards rebound, because it gets us out and run. We don't have to make an outlet. And, we're at our best when, the night Io had his triple double and had 12, and Curbelo gets those and can push. And, Adam got going the other night and had 7. We need that consistent effort every single night on the glass.
And with Kofi, obviously, his touches will be down because he had to sit or did sit, half of the first half. But would you have liked to see more for him when he kind of got going there after halftime?
Well, they did a good job on him, and I thought we missed him multiple times in the zone. Again, maybe we got a little bit tentative in terms of throwing it in there, but again, everybody in the world's trying to stop him from catching the ball. And I thought he did a great job tonight of going and chasing it on the glass and getting some opportunities that way. But we're trying to get it in there every chance we can. You got a guy shooting close to 80%. It seems like you want to get him as many opportunities as you can.
Thank you.
Okay, Alec, you're up. Rob on deck. Go to Alec.
Hey, Coach. Demonte, since you moved him out of the starting lineup, you guys haven't lost a game, but focusing on him and what he's been able to provide over the last 2 games, and I guess really since he's been moved out of the starting lineup, how impressed are you with his leadership coming off the bench and everything he's provided since you removed him from the starting 5?
Well, it's just been everything you just said. It's been great leadership. It's been a positive for our team. Here's a guy who has 5 assists tonight. Here's a guy that knows exactly when to cut. Bello hits him with the pass. He finishes the layup. He's a guy that can guard bigger guys. But it's his understanding of what our team needs. He's a team first guy, and he was willing, and Jake stepped in and has done a great job and has continued to do a great job. But he gives us a tremendous amount of leadership and understanding and IQ coming off the bench.
That's all I've got.
Okay, we'll go Rob, and then we'll finish up with Joey.
Brad, how much do you use old video, like when Northwestern beat Ohio State? Did you use that sort of stuff for the scout, or is it all recent stuff?
No, we go back and I mean, we're usually dialed in on their last 5 games, but we have what we call a frequency snippet of clips of film, we take that. We watch that a lot. It's every play that they've ever run. And then it's you look through those and you see, okay, this coverage was similar to something we do, and it may work. I did not watch that game in particular this time. I did the first, but did see snippets and clips of what some of those actions.
And flipping it around a little bit, do you think they scouted Io effectively? Do you think this is a game that other people will be looking to, or is it too disappointing because he won it again at the end?
No, I think everybody's got their own plan. Everybody's personnel is a little bit different. They got out of character a little bit. Northwestern did tonight without Young. They were playing Miller Kopp at the 4. They'd gone really small. I think everybody's got their own deal and is independent. They may see something and say, hey, it kind of worked this time. But, at this point, Io and our coaches, we've seen just about everything somebody can throw at him.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll wrap up with Joey Wagner. Go ahead, Joey.
Hey, Brad, even before COVID kind of shrunk all of these circles, Io seemed like very much a practice, game, apartment type of guy. What kind of locked in type mentality do you see out of him in the course of the season? Can you describe that to us?
Yeah, he's unique that way. Io's brother goes to grad school here, and Io wouldn't meet with him. He would never see him. Io has literally become that guy. I mean, he's if there's a choir boy or a picture of how to handle COVID. Now, I hope I'm not jinxing anything, but he's a guy that has handled it almost picture perfect because he doesn't meet with anybody that's not in everyday testing. I'm proud of him for that. But again, he's got to focus. He's not he's not a guy that's out with social habits or anything else. Even when you could be out, that's not him. He's a very driven young man, and he's got kind of a one-track mind when it comes to the game of basketball.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.